I wanted to ask you this question. I know we brought it up like earlier today. Mm-hmm. That dude that got Biggie and Tupac tattooed on his ass. Is that racist?
I don't know, but that's the greatest ass cheeks ever.
That's a dude.
Oh, my bad. Oh, my God. Okay, everybody. That's crazy, though.
Fam.
I could see a chick doing that.
Fam, why are you out of all places?
That's a versus if you fucking her from the back. Biggie versus Tupac.
Bro.
You smacking Biggie, you smacking Tupac.
I am Gary Slater. I do not approve this message.
No, if a chick got Biggie on one ass cheek and Tupac on the other ass cheek, that's versus.
Man, why would I want to put my dick between Biggie and Pac? Let's keep it real.
You being the mediator in the versus battle.
You smacking the shit out of Pac. Man, we can't let that rock, man.
Oh my God.
The nastiest part about all this was all pause, all that.
Triple
I know
balls.
all the jokes, bro. But the nastiest part of all of this was the tattoo above the ass cheeks. It goes through from like I guess the stomach to the back on the side, bro. He had the freaking the Last Supper tatted right there.
That's crazy. Nah, that man needs help. That's a cry for help.
Who you fighting, him or the tattoo artist?
As a tattoo artist, I don't know how I would feel tattooing on another man's butt cheeks. Like, I would have to get my assistant or a female barber. But I don't know. It's so think about the procedure that I got to go into that, though. Not to further, talk about this further or whatever. But it's like, bro, I have to make sure you shaved. I have to make sure.
Sometimes the dude, the tattoo artist shave the
That's
person.
crazy. I have to make sure your ass don't stink. I have to make sure you wash your ass. I don't know. Even the chicks that get they coochie tattooed and whatever, I'm like, damn, like you really gotta.
What's nuts about that too is because so the tattoo artist don't fuck up. He gotta like literally grip the ass cheek so to put the needle right
for precision. Welcome to another episode of These Are the Aesthetics. I go by the name of Cheech, a.k.a. professional shit talker, a.k.a. this is for entertainment purposes only, a.k.a. address me as a broadcaster, man. We really do this, and this is a production, man. No disrespect to what anybody else out there is doing, but yeah, that's just how we coming with it.
Man, you guys know me, man. My name is Gary, a.k.a. In Gary We Trust, a.k.a. I do not have a podcast. I have a platform.
Talk to these niggas. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, man. A.k.a. It's National Titty Month.
That's some valuable information there, sir.
National Titty Month.
Yeah.
So all the women with the nice breastises, let's all just...
You know what? Actually, DM the pod page. Nah, I'm just joking.
On the Patreon, coming soon. But all seriousness, it's breast cancer awareness. Make sure you show appreciation. Wear the pink. It's also spooky season.
I'm trying to go spooky in the pink. It's a joke. It's a joke.
They canceling a lot this week, so we gotta be careful.
Oh my God.
So, man, how's your week going, man?
My week is going fine, man. You know what? I have beef with my job because they took away one of my days, but my manager was being petty. Quick backstory: he got mad because I turned down the offer to be a trainer at the job. I'm like, how you gonna blame me for not being a fucking babysitter at the job? But yeah, it's a lot of pettiness going on. But thank God I have two jobs.
My man got two jobs.
And I'm just glad that I have options and I don't have to go out there shaking my ass for a check.
You should.
So,
or giving away dick.
Yeah, true. I'm not there yet.
A lot of niggas do that.
Of course.
But With me, man, I've been having a roller coaster of a week. This week really told me niggas cannot express no type of emotion or feeling.
That's true. That's true.
You gonna get scrutiny. But then again, it's like not to get like dark, but it's like I saw like a statistic right after like in the group chat I was getting clowned for my situation. I saw a woman posted, "Oh, do you know 70% of suicides are males? Males can't even express themselves." This and that, and I'm like, bro, that's crazy.
Why.
I wonder why, because every time, like, if a nigga cries saying he lost his girl, man, nigga, find yourself a new bitch. This and that, like, it's niggas are like not allowed to be emotional anymore.
Well, that and let me just say something, and I know it's gonna get us in hot water. And Gary, you don't have to give me any type of reaction. When do we get to express ourselves if 90% of the time we are listening to somebody else's problems?
Who pissed you off this week?
No, nobody. But as a man, like half of the times you listening to your girl expressing herself. I'm not gonna say vent. I learned that it's a bad word. 90% of the
Better be talking about AC unit. Vent. What?
90% of the time we have to be a source of peace and comfort to all women, right?
Yeah, and apparently to men too. I'm finding out today.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. And by me saying all women, I mean the one that you are committed to. But yes, so when do men get to be like, you know what, babe, that sound cool and all, but this is how my day went. We kind of never really get to that point. But
and you gotta wait a little bit because when she's still venting, when you can't just vent right after it because she's still processing what she said and she fucked up. Because when you're saying it's going to like literally one ear and out the other.
And now you got to give her a hug, cuddle, and then now you got to forget about your problems, and and you'll talk about it eventually and stuff. It's okay.
But not all women do that.
No, not all women do that.
No, never.
The women we know would never. Yeah.
Would never.
Yeah, absolutely not. We're happy.
Blink twice.
Oh, man.
No, so it's actually, it hasn't been just the two of us in a little while.
That's true.
And we had some topics that we had in the back burner for a little bit. And like since both of us, we love to talk.
That's true.
Definitely one of us too.
You know what? I'm in the process of learning that. Yes. Taking a step back and not over talking.
Only asking the question once.
Yeah. We're growing together, us in the audience.
Absolutely.
We
here
live
to help
and you
each
learn.
other.
Yeah, of course. And I could use the feedback too.
Of course. And like segueing into like I feel like a category we haven't touched in a while, the fire cap segment.
Yep.
Obviously with the fire cap we talk about like aesthetics. Like of course we're named these are the aesthetics, and what is the podcast? We don't really talk about the aesthetics that we love, like fashion, food, just stuff we generally love doing, and we just love to be a part of our aesthetics. So one thing I want to talk about is obviously I think the shoe of the year is dropping this year, the Air Jordan 1 Chicago. Reimagined, but the official term is lost and found. So reports have come out that like there's gonna be over 500,000 pairs to be releasing.
Okay.
So now on this section, I'm gonna call cap. Not the fact that it could be true that 500,000 pairs are releasing, but in my opinion, I still think that like a lot of people are still not gonna get pairs.
Of course.
I just gives like a little bit more leeway of like stores who are getting them to backdoor them.
Of course.
So
I was gonna say cut that number in half. I was just about to say that. Between managers and employees of those stores,
families of those employees,
girlfriends of the employees. Yeah.
So I want to say, what's your take on like the Air Jordan 1 Chicago release?
I think there's been a hype surrounding the Air Jordan for a few years now. A lot of people that weren't into sneakers, like that's their entry level sneaker. A lot of people that was just wearing Air Force Ones now are all into the Air Jordan 1. You get what I'm saying? So that kind of boosts, that kind of raised the stock prices on those a little bit. But Jordans that we've seen recently have been sitting on shelves. Right?
We're going to get to it.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. But I think that one is going to have a lot of hype around it. I think people are going to go crazy to get that one for sure. I think some type of system is going to crash. And again, they do all they do on the marketing side to build the hype, to try to get you to go try and get multiple pairs, this and that. Is it going to be an easy shoe to get? No. I think you have to be in the know to get that one.
All right, so you will call cap on this.
Yeah, it's cap.
So
No Jordan 1 is ever accessible unless it's a bullshit colorway that nobody give a fuck about.
exactly, this is an OG colorway, and the fact that it's the Chicago one. This shoe was really, it was always worth something, but it really became like a grail for a lot of people after like the Last Dance. And my only issue with the sneaker is like, obviously I'm gonna try to copy this a fucking Chicago one.
I think too, not to cut you off, I think it became a grail too after Virgil did the rendition of it too.
That's another way to look. I forgot about that. But another reason why I feel like this sneaker is gonna like go for like shit tons of money is that like it goes with everything. I think what I was gonna say too is like one thing I don't like about the sneaker is that they have the whole reimagined to a part where it's like it looks like it came from '85. My personal opinion, I think that shoe is like 2 years too late. And I want to say like your best bet on getting this shoe is that there's rumors that actual mom and pop stores are actually gonna get pairs. So if you live by one and they have like, I don't know, let's say like 100 to 150 pairs, that's probably gonna be your best chance. And one thing I do like about the shoe is, not to ramble about it too long, but like the fact that it's like they called it the Lost and Found, and how the sneaker, it basically represents the mom and pop shops. Because like if you've really been into sneakers, we know people like DJ Clark Kent, Fat Joe, or even like the newer OGs like Sneakerhead Mo that owns that shop in Atlanta. They go all over the country and they find these random sneaker stores and put money on the table like, hey, yo, can I just go in your basement and see what you got over there? And you see some freaking Forces from 2000, early 2000s and shit. That's what this shoe is supposed to represent. So I understand the story, and like I do appreciate the shoe, but I still think it's gonna be one of the hardest sneakers to get.
Yeah. I mean, you can't say you like that's one of the OG colorways. You can't just pull that up and be like, oh, well, I hope there's no hype.
Yeah.
Everyone is gonna get a pair. Like, nah.
You should. My advice is that just put that little stash money to the side to pay resale.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't go over $500.
Damn. Yeah, it is a Jordan 1.
It is the Jordan 1.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, so another he's finally resonating that.
Yeah,
Shit, I gotta put the money.
I didn't think about it that far. I'm like, damn, how we go from 170 to 500? Fuck.
Just like that shit that really be pissing me off. It's like when you miss out on a release, like we missed out on the Sean Witherspoons originally. I was tight that whole fucking day. I wouldn't even want to go to class that day.
Yeah, that's true.
Bro, I missed out on a chance to buy the shoe for $160. Now the shoe's selling for $600.
That's true. Ladies, you just compare the Jordan 1 to a Teflon bag.
Not even to a Teflon bag, to a freaking
What do they like that I could compare it
an
to?
expensive Marc Jacobs bag.
True. The little tote bag that's been popular and shit. Yeah, compare it to that.
And a trend that kind of we see that's been happening, like I feel like every 2 years, damn near, or 3 years, Jordans are sitting on shelves again.
Great.
Before I give my take, how do you feel about like the Jordans? I call this fire that the sneakers are still sitting on shelves, but I want to see like what's your take on that?
No, I love it. I love it because just like the stock market, there's highs and lows. So I feel like too many people got greedy. Everybody's a reseller. Nobody was a consumer anymore. So it's like, okay, cool. I cop all these pairs, but who the fuck is gonna buy from who if everybody is selling? So they took away, and on top of that, because of the demand of sneakers was so high, and they were so a lot of sneakers were so sought after that people just kind of felt beat up. Like, damn, the app is not working. I go to my local mom and pop store or my local resale shop. They're trying to beat me over the head, asking for 3 times the price. Like, it makes I even classify in that demographic too. If I don't get it for resale for retail, I don't want it unless I get to a point like I really can afford it. And I'm, for a special occasion, I'm willing to splurge on myself to get it. But I think a lot of people kind of gave up on the shoe game. I feel like because, one, the people that love sneakers were not getting sneakers, and it became too much of a business. And again, if I have a sneaker shop, you have a sneaker shop, who's buying from who? Because we both need customers. So, yeah, man, they just took the fun out of the thrill of getting a new pair of sneakers, showing it off, wearing shit. Like, I barely see kids. I see more high school kids today wearing designer than Jordans. And it's sad because I remember the thrill of getting a pair of sneakers on a Saturday and rocking that shit on a Monday for school. You don't even see that no more.
No,
Niggas
no,
get
no.
the shoe to flip it and go and get an Amiri hoodie, and you see some Dior's on in high school, bro. That shit is crazy.
And another thing too that really like killed like the sneaker market. I would say it's probably the state of the economy right now.
True.
Because like stocks is freaking down. NFTs are finally being considered a scam now. Like we've been saying since the beginning of time.
I called it out.
Like real quick, like freaking, I think Logan Paul bought an NFT for over $600,000. It's worth $10 now.
Yep.
Anyway, besides that, but how I feel about sneakers sitting on shelves, I love it because honestly, it's not good for the resellers, quote unquote. A lot of people are losing money, but we really get a chance of like people finally getting the chance to buy a sneaker they possibly really like. Because it got to a point now where it's like sneakers and new colorways are actually like freaking like they were getting hard to buy. Like what's the shoe that really pissed me off earlier this year was the white and black military 4. Like, oh, that's a nice little colorway. But bro, a regular general release sneaker is going for $400. I'm like, yo, what? You know what $400 could have got you in 2012?
G shit. And on top of that, I feel like a lot of the malls have been empty because of that. So
That's true.
and I saw what you saying now when the green beans were sitting. I'm like, do you like the burgundy 5s, the green bean 5s? You had those in 2012?
You was that nigga.
You was that nigga, because, like, damn, you got a piece from the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and these things are sitting, like, I see 13 sitting, 4
Raging
sitting.
Bull 5 sitting in the freaking Nike. Bro, I went to the
That's
Nike. I went to the
crazy.
Nike outlet a couple of days ago, and they had Dunk Highs sitting. I'm like, whoa! I didn't really expect that one so soon.
Yeah.
And I think another thing too is like these kids who like want to buy sneakers. Their palate is getting kind of a little bit more richer because like these kids they want to wear what Lil Baby wearing. They want to buy the new Amiris. They want to buy the new freaking Prada sneakers, the Louis Vuitton sneakers. And I think we're literally so much shit is coming out so fast. It's like, yo, people are like, yo, we can't really afford to buy everything. And even on my last point where I feel like a lot of sneakers are sitting down too, because remember when people used to buy, I'm guilty of this too. Some people used to just buy sneakers for the flex and say they got them, wear them for one fit, then get rid of them. Nowadays, if you really like buying a shoe you don't really care about, you're really just wasting your money at that point because you can't get your money back.
No, you can't. Nah, I like it. And actually, yeah, I could go to the mall and actually try on and get my size. I don't have to get a bigger size or a smaller size, go to a resale store to try to swap it out, add some money on top. You know, the whole time I have to question whether the shoe is fake or not. It's like there was so many hurdles and headaches that came with that. Like, if I get the shoe from Foot Locker, I know for sure that is a real pair of sneakers that I'm buying.
1,000%.
But, you know, it's kind of crazy, man. All that shit was scary to me at first. Just ordering shit, all that.
And plus, everyone's fashion sense is just getting minimal. Nowadays, people just want the Panda Dunks. They just want a pair of foam runners, or they just probably want like a random pair of Yeezys.
Yeah, I like it. Keep buying designer. I don't think I'll ever outgrow Jordan. So,
That's
yeah,
a
y'all
fact.
keep running that shit up.
You see me? These shit sat on shelves. These preheats.
Great.
We used to look at these as a god shoe back in the day.
Amazing. Keep going. Keep buying Dior sneakers. Yes.
These shit. Or buy your little Crocs that you like.
Yeah.
And speaking of
Oh
Yeezy,
man.
I feel like we've talked about Kanye like over like a billion times this year.
Of course.
But I feel like Kanye has hit like another level of anger
True.
with the community.
Or trolling. It
Or
depends on
trolling.
how you see it.
Like, geez, I ironed his cape this morning.
No, my take is gonna surprise you actually, but go ahead.
So this topic, the last to sum up the fire cap segment, is Kanye debuts the White Lives Matter T-shirt. Before I even give your take, I'm just gonna go out and say cap. But first, I want to hear what is your take on this from the fellow Kanye stan over here.
Ah man, there's no excuse for the behavior that Kanye exhibited, in Paris for Fashion Week. There's different, like, as a Kanye fan, you're always in a marathon. You're always running. You can't get any rest because you don't know what he's gonna do next. That's what we love and hate about him. Like,
I put my notifications on for Kanye.
The anticipation, like what other crazy shit he's gonna do. What do I know about Kanye? I know Kanye is a person that seeks validation. Kanye is a person that was not embraced in any of the industry he tried to go in at first. Started with the music industry, he was not welcome, fought his way through, reached the top of the top, left that game, not even left that game, but transitioned into fashion, where he had struggles and hurdles that he had to go through, beat that game, created his imprint, show the world that he was that nigga, and now he was trying to get into politics. To somebody with the mind of Kanye, it never stops, right? It never stops.
He always wants more.
And what Kanye is good at that people don't see that I see, not that I agree with his actions and what he chooses to do to reaches that level, he is a genius at outrage marketing. He knows what to say to get everybody riled up, to talk about him, every news outlet, every podcast, every show, every radio show, TV show, late night show in America to talk about him. Then you have to invite him on your show because he's going to go on his apology tour.
Of course.
And whenever he does some wild shit, a documentary is coming, a shoe is coming, some new music coming, a stadium live show is coming. So it's like, I'm used to it at this point. Like, if you've been a Kanye fan for a long time and your only focus has been the music and not the antics, you could see through all that shit. You could tell that he's trolling, and it's sad that he's hurting some people in the process. Because, again, Kanye is not the best at expressing himself. And this is not me, making excuses for him because he's a grown man. But Kanye need people around him to tell him, yo, you shut the fuck up. Sometimes when the president can't speak, they send, somebody from the House, secretary.
Congress, Congress talk for you.
You need a publicist, somebody to speak on your behalf sometimes because you're talent. You feel me? You got to stick to being creative.
I feel like Kanye doesn't have a
You're not a public speaker. You get what I'm saying? Like, you able to inspire people, but that's not your bag. So as far as the shirt, I disagree. I think there was no sense of you can't really define it by anything. It was wrong in all facets. It was hurtful. It was disrespectful in a sense. And yeah, that was not fashion, man. But I understand the message he was trying to throw. Like, he was not getting the shine he wanted. And as soon as he posted that T-shirt, nobody talked about anything else but Kanye.
I love what I love about Kanye on his rants is that his version of, like, justification is so wild to me. He's like, no, shut up. Where were you when Kim and everyone kept my daughter away from me? Like, fam, we didn't even know where the party was. We didn't even know they were a party. We didn't even know your daughter's birthday.
And what the fuck that got to do with the T-shirt?
I think that's one of the main things that upset me about all this is that, like, he had his kids. He always has his kids around his antics. I'm not a parent, but it's like that's something I just completely disagree with. I don't know if his kids was wearing the White Lives Matter T-shirts specifically, but it's like I just feel like, bro, just keep the bullshit away from your children. And another thing that, like, kind of upset me about, like, the T-shirts was that he's not the fact that he's selling these T-shirts, not the fact that white people are gonna be wearing these T-shirts, the fact that he had white models sporting that shit. Like, bro, like, come on, bro, you black, you can't be like that tone deaf. And of course, like, when you said, like, when Kanye fucks up, he goes on an apology tour, and I like how, like, Kanye has a different tone depending on the type of interview it is.
Of course.
And, like, when he's on the news channels, he's saying how, like, he does be speaking facts in his explanation, but his delivery be so bad. Like, he's basically the point of, like, the White Lives Matter T-shirts.
He needs media training. That's what
1,000%. 1,000%. But I think Kanye's just above everything because he's like you said, when you were up $9 billion, there's no wrong answer for you.
That's true.
So Kanye, the reason why he put out, this is his words, not mine. He put out the reason why he put out these White Lives Matter T-shirts is to basically tell America how hypocritical we are of us saying Black Lives Matter and of how the Black Lives Matter organization, how hypocritical that organization is. But let's be real, Kanye, and everyone. When us as black people, we talk about Black Lives Matter, we never talked about the organization. We talked about the actual message, the movement, the cause. Because how many black people you know saying that we actually donated to the Black Lives Matter movement?
True.
Black people, we don't donate to a lot of shit because we know at the end of the day that we don't know where this money is going to.
That's true.
When you at the gas station, is these like 25 cents I'm giving you actually going to cancer, or is it going to the clerk's lunch this today?
That's true.
And that's like it's a little tone deaf. Like how like Kanye said, the Black Lives Matter movement, people are stealing the money, buying their houses, but black people, we say Black Lives Matter because We're just trying to put the message out there. The only people that actually support the Black Lives Matter organization is the white people that donate to it, so they can feel less like guilty.
Of course. And my thing too, the last thing I want to say about that is Kanye, if you weren't involved in the cause, which is Black Lives Matter, if you were not part of the protest, if you were not
He was out there marching.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, he was out there marching around the George Floyd.
I don't know how active he was. You know, how when I mean active, I mean not just your presence. I mean with your pockets. I don't know how active he was as an activist to even take that stance now on the other side of that spectrum. You are known to be an artist. You do music, you do fashion, you are trying to get into politics. Stay in that realm, because what it is you putting bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. Nobody can call you out. When you on your shit, and it's like we don't know if it's a cry for help or this is who you are. Like Kanye has created a culture where it's like you scared to even defend him, or you scared to even try to help, because it's like, damn, is it a psychotic break? Is it an episode because he's bipolar, or is he just a fucking narcissist?
He's off the meds.
Or is it because like a lot of you niggas shitted on me, now I'm shitting on you? Like, we don't know, because Kanye is braggadocious. He's all that in one. So it's like I said, it's tough being a fucking Kanye fan, bro, because you go through so much emotion.
The amount of group chats you have to kind of defend what he's saying. Like the second when
everybody is sending you a picture of him. Is this your man's? I'm like, fam.
How you think I feel about Kid Cudi every time he do some wild shit? But like even when Kanye said like, oh, slavery was a choice, like when he said that, I'm like, fuck, I think I know what he's talking about, but I can't publicly say, hey, he didn't mean it like that. I'm not his fucking publicist. But like what Kanye really meant to say is like, oh, black people were still like mentally enslaved because of slavery. And I'm like, fuck, but you can't, every time you root for Kanye, you're like, oh, you fucking stand, or you sucking dick, this and that. So,
and
like,
people are going to say he's a grown man, he's in his early 40s or late 30s, like he should know how to articulate himself, this and that. But it's like, yo, like some people could be rich idiots. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people got rich doing bullshit. There's kids on the internet that got rich playing video games on YouTube. Like that's all they probably know. You put a microphone in front of that person, like you could really see how ignorant people are. Yeah, man. But yeah, stop. If you only like Kanye for the music, pay attention to the music. You should. If you are entertained by the antics, you know, strap your belt on and just get ready for the impact.
It's really sad on like the after effects, everything, because now apparently like news gets out that like Kanye did an episode of The Shop. They're planning on scrapping The Shop. Kanye goes on a list of tweets allegedly anti-Semitic. Allegedly, his Twitter gets like, I guess, restricted. We're seeing people, like you said, some of his friends try to speak out, saying that you need to get help or you need to stop what you're doing. Kanye goes full ballistic, and people going after Tremaine Emory, calling him Tremendez. Yeah. Not gonna lie, that was funny as shit. I might buy the shirt, not as a fashion piece, just to remember this moment in time.
and the fact that he did it with the
Spring and Box logo is fucking hilarious. But
and by the way, everybody that has handled Kanye, I don't know if they're doing it because they know Kanye is gonna post everything. They always approach him with love, and they handle them with care. Like Tremaine called him out, but Tremaine was like, "Fam, all I'm saying is you wilding out."
There was a little spice.
The editor, of course, but the editor called him out. Even Diddy was like, "Fam, I said, you know, I'm trying to reach out to talk. Like, you trying to go off on a whole bunch of shit. We can talk in person. Like, I will let you know when I land." I
understand. So, and then all of a sudden, and after all of Ye's antics, we still have Virgil's name always comes up. I'm like, oh my God, please, let's just let Virgil rest. Virgil, he's been like dead for almost like a year, and his name has never like been like put to rest.
Shit. And again, I'm gonna say one toxic thing.
Here we go.
That people are gonna call me out for. Lately this week, he's been seen with a Brazilian model walking around. And Kanye is as happy as you could see him. Sometimes, all a nigga be wanting is some pussy to shut the fuck up. Niggas be sexually frustrated and go on some bullshit rants because they horny. Look, Kanye is holding your hand, going through the airport, got a little cute bitch next to him.
Women.
All I'm saying is, sometimes all it takes is some pussy to come a nigga down.
Sometimes.
That's it. All right, what's our next topic?
Shoot, man, on to some next fuck shit. There has been, back into the NBA land, there has been some rumblings that, like,
Rumblings.
no pun intended.
Oh my god.
No pun intended. So, apparently, and I ain't gonna say allegedly because he did that shit.
I mean, shit, a clip came out. We saw it in 4K.
Draymond Green punches Jordan Poole in the face. You want to give my take, or you want to give your take first?
My take is quick. First of all, one, that happens all the time in practice. Two, Draymond is the veteran of the team. He's the heart and soul of the team. He talks a lot of shit. So there's certain niggas that are not going to let you talk shit all day and not give you some type of rebuttal of what you're saying. And you can't talk to certain niggas a certain way. Because you got to understand, these NBA dudes, like, they come from certain impoverished neighborhoods. They come from the hood, too. They don't, like, just because I got a couple dollars, I'm not, okay, cool. You got 3 championships, nigga, cool. But I'm here now. What's up? Like, I made the team just like you. You're not finna talk to me any type of way. And as we saw in the video, Draymond, I'm not saying he instigated it or he started it verbally, but Draymond was seen walking towards this man to, to talk to him or to get in his face. And again, 6 feet, my nigga, what you doing? We in practice. Let's play. Let's do this. You feel me? Right. Whatever. But, that happens more often than we think. And again, ego could have been at play. Jordan Poole is the new kid on the block. He's probably getting teased around practice. Everybody is getting into him.
He's the next up. So always this man.
People are probably hiding his shoes, stealing his shoes from the locker room and hiding them. Like, we don't know the type of bullying or, how antagonized that he is, in the facility or whatever. Like, he defended himself. And again, we saw it with all the big dogs. Kobe went against Michael. You try to cross them, push them off the floor. Iverson crossed Michael Jordan. Like, all the greats, like, to solidify yourself as a great, you have to kind of do certain shit on that level to get that kind of recognition. And again, basketball is a fucking physical sport. When can men be men? It's a fight. And now they're talking about suspending Draymond. We don't know what we're going to do if he's coming back, this and that. Basketball is a contact sport. That's it. Niggas fought. Okay, cool. As long as niggas is not shooting at each other, fucking each other's baby moms, fucking the owner's wife, everything should be fine.
Well, yeah, that was a quick take.
That was quick for me. That was under 2 minutes. That was quick.
When niggas say, that was a quick take, this is it first. Oh, he deserved it. I was fucking with you, bro. But
man.
One thing, like, there's definitely some details behind this is, like, what people got to understand is that obviously the Warriors, they're in, like, not saying they're in rebuilding mode, but there's some contracts that need to be re-signed. Like, Jordan Poole is fighting to get a re-signed contract.
He did. He got an extension.
Has it been announced yet?
I don't know. I heard.
Yeah, in talks of an extension.
Okay.
You have Andrew Wiggins, who is in talks of an extension, and of course Draymond Green wants to get re-signed. But you got to remember that, like, Draymond Green, you about to be 33, and you really haven't been giving us the most points. Even though you're damn near the pulse and the backbone of this team, but how far can that get us? We need points at the end of the day.
True.
But one thing with Jordan Poole, man, is, like, I'm not saying, like, I'm not a Jordan Poole fan, but he always did give me kind of, like, a little cocky, like he's feeling himself, which I don't blame him because he's a young dude. Like, I'm pretty sure he knows a big contract is coming, and he played phenomenal last season. Even the one thing he did that I didn't really like is when Klay Thompson was hurt, and, like, a reporter asked him after a game, after he dropped like 30 points or some shit, and then, like, the reporter said, "Oh, how do you feel about talk saying that people want to people say that you deserve to be in the starting lineup over Klay Thompson?" That he literally does, like, smiles at the camera. He says, "Oh, no comment on that," and then runs off. And I'm like, all right, bro. You having a good season, but relax.
Relax.
You're not a Splash Brother. Come on. But another thing.
Why is that a thing? You're not a splash brother.
You know, that's
Come
why
on.
you light skin, you fit the criteria.
That might be the title of the episode, Splash Brothers.
Yeah, because freaking Draymond definitely splashed this shit for sure. But another thing too, like I haven't been in a lot of physical altercations, but like I got punched in the face once, and when I got punched in the face once, I don't like how it felt, so I'll do any way possible to avoid that.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Joe Budden always says, you can always tell the nigga never got punched in the face when he's about to get punched in the face. Because you got to read body language. Body language is key. It's always when like a nigga is always far away from you, talking loud, very loud, trying to like calm himself down before actually striking you. And then when obviously, I don't know if I made it clear, Draymond's completely out of line. You shouldn't resort to violence and everything. Draymond walked up to freaking
I
Jordan.
like all that shit. All right, nigga, you talking shit? Beep beep.
Draymond, like when you in somebody's face, if you really have no like intentions on fighting someone, just do one of these like, because obviously there's a lot of people that are gonna separate you quickly.
Messy. And that means somebody had their phone on them in practice.
In practice.
Find that motherfucker too. Because, I mean, it got leaked from somewhere. I'm pretty sure somebody got paid to, for that.
All I know is Draymond and Jordan Poole in the next 2 years, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them's off the team.
I think they're going to make up and
you gotta remember, bro, this is our generation. You know how sensitive our generation is.
Why can't niggas go to work, make their money, and go home? Because it's like, we in this team, we making millions of dollars. I don't have to be around you. You don't have to be around me. We have to do a job together. Play 48 minutes, and we could go our separate ways. I don't know.
I'm right there with you. Like, fam, like, can you imagine Jordan Poole on the ground, like with his jaw probably damn near dislocated? Like, fam, we just won a chip. Why am I in this position right now?
Fam,
niggas do this when they in a losing streak.
For real. Like, what could have caused you to do this? Like, I didn't. Anyway, I guess. Prayers for everyone involved.
Of course, always.
Oh man! All right, I guess somewhat related to what just went down. This next topic is called "Check Your Ego at the Door," and it directly correlates from what just went down, and that's something I learned, with my family and certain relationships, whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship. Is you're not gonna get anything solved. You're not gonna get your point across if you don't check your ego at the door. And what that means, in my own personal definition, is put your pride aside. Sometimes you have to kind of put yourself into somebody else's shoes. Sometimes you have to listen to somebody else's explanation of shit, even if it doesn't make sense. Sometimes you have to be the bigger person. Sometimes you have to be the more mature person. Sometimes you have to make decisions that you are uncomfortable with. But all that is, it's for your own happiness. Sometimes we have to deal with, be comfortable in the chaos. And again, there's been times, Gary, I'm pretty sure your family celebrate a birthday every day in the month. There's been times where you want to probably stay home and watch Raising Kanan on TV, and Auntie fucking Lorna want to celebrate her 40th birthday. She could have easily went to Jamaica and had a good old time, but she wants everybody and their mama to come out of bed at 9 o'clock at night to go to a restaurant. To celebrate with her.
Spend more money.
To spend money. So it's like, we all do things that...
What happened to the kickback of niggas not doing shit?
Whatever happened to backyard parties? Invite your close friends.
White people took those away from us.
A few family members and just kick it. Whatever happened to traveling with your significant other for your birthday? Why do we need... We seen you all year. Why do we need to see you on your birthday? But I mean, even in relationships.
By the way, happy belated birthday to Madoff.
Yeah.
One of our producers of the show, man.
But we do that in relationships. Like you could have had a bad day, but if your girl comes home and start telling you about her day, you can, just like we said in the beginning of the episode, you kind of have to take a step back and be like, you know what? Let me make it about her right now, because her happiness is kind of part of my happiness too.
Oh, when you're in a relationship, you figure that out quickly.
Yeah, of course. So what's some of your examples or definition of checking your ego at the door?
At this point in my life, when it comes to checking your ego at the door, when there's a a very loud and wrong motherfucker right in front of you, just let them have it. Because at this point, it's like winning an argument ain't really worth everything anymore. Because at this point, it's like, yo, if someone's really that ignorant and they really believe what they say, they won't they won't tarnish their ego to like just say, hey, I was wrong, which a lot of people, especially men, don't do. I just let it happen, bro, but the only thing is, I do have to like kind of let my ego come into play sometimes because some people kind of look at it as like, oh, this nigga don't even like look at himself like as
stand up for himself.
stand up for himself. So you gotta have to do that like eventually. And like I said, like I do it a lot at the workplace. Like there's been times I'm like, yo, fam, we don't have to be friends. We came here to work at that. It's a very awkward conversation and it's embarrassing because like, yo, fam, why am I having this conversation with a grown person? Like, fam, why did we come here? You didn't come to this job to find friends. You didn't come to this job because I worked here. You came to this job because you wanted to check and feed your family.
That's it. Nah, I mean, I've had coworkers that are like, oh, like, why are you like this with us? Like, you so distant. Like, you so distant. Like, you don't like us. Like, why don't
my family.
Why don't you want to go out with us for drinks after work? Like, I'm like, fam, I have a life outside of this place. I have friends. I have a purpose. I have family. Like, when I leave here, like, I'm not thinking about y'all. Respectfully. Like, I love y'all. Like, I need y'all to work around me. Everybody is a moving piece around here. But when I leave here, when I leave work stays at work. I'm not doing that. And the people that make work, you know, they go to work to find friends is typically the older people that had kids early, or that's the only good thing going for themselves. You know, that's the only place they have to socialize. So they think like this has to be like this, ooh, let's be friend thing. It's cool. Like there's been some cool motherfuckers I met through work, but it's like, if you're an asshole at work, or if I can't deal with you, or you messy and you like to run to the manager for any little bullshit, we definitely not gonna get along like outside of this. Cause I'ma really try to punch you in the face if you do some fuck shit.
Of course, and there's also some employees that take it too far, where it's like they believe their ego is so freaking big that they're just bigger than people. Like at my last job, there was one woman that like everyone knew who she was. Like she didn't say hi to nobody. She would look you dead in the face and keep on moving. That disrespectfully. Even though, like, when she did it to me, I'm like, okay, shit, she really just takes it as, like, cause she has her own office. She just comes to work and be like, yo, I don't know these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers are not my family. I'm only here for 8 hours of the day. Fuck it. So I don't care about making relationships with people. I'm not saying go to that extent to, like, be that rude, but it's like, yo, fam, like, I get it. Because some people look at it as, like, yo, I'm just here to work and not make any friends. And then there's some people who literally forget that they're here to work.
That's me, man. Like, as long as my check is coming in, that's one thing growing up, my dad taught me. Like, as long as you getting paid, work. So as long as my check is hitting the same, I'm cool with it. But I don't have to like none of you niggas.
Yeah, and this falls into relationships too. Because like there's some people who like there's a lot of men who generally don't believe in monogamy, don't believe in weddings, don't believe in happiness with another person. Because I'm like, yo, fam, who are you trying to put a front on for, bro? It's okay to catch feelings for somebody. Like, let your ego go a little bit. It's not that deep.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, man, I think you know, and in life, to what I've learned is to get something, you have to give up something most of the times. So sometimes,
not
like,
always, but
well, I'm
like,
saying like you giving up
situation.
sleep to go work. To go to work, to go put in your 8 hours, to go back home, and you giving up some of your time to make sure these bills are paid. So it's a sacrifice. So, you know, make sure, I'm not saying be bitter at work. Yeah, enjoy what you do. Find a job that you're happy going to every morning so you don't have road rage and try to kill somebody at work and get arrested and get into fights and shit. But as far as like, you know, just find joy in what you do your job, and go home. That's simple.
And what's another reason why motherfuckers don't collaborate? Ego.
Of course. But yeah, we're going to talk about that another time.
That's a whole nother topic.
Oh, man. Well, you brought a beautiful topic to me. And that's something that between me and you, we always discuss. And we always have a private conversations about. And what you brought to my attention was, can your biggest supporter also be your biggest hater? And to that, my answer is yes. But it doesn't have to be that way. But I'll let you go first. on why you even brought that topic up. What inspired this topic to come to fruition in your head, Gary?
Like, the reason why I put this down is because there's a lot of people who would quote unquote support what you do. Might not even like what you do. They'll just be there to support it. But then you will hear rumblings like, oh, that nigga ain't shit, this and that. I'm like, fam, every event I throw, you hear. Every time I do something, you always repost it, this and that. That's why, like, the older I get, I really believe that, like, oh, shouts out to my haters, they're my biggest motivators. Like, it's a very cliche as fuck saying, but it's like, yo, your haters be like, we go real fans. That's the crazy part.
Of course. And some people, like, legit want to see you fail. Or they never had the balls to do what you're doing. So they're like, you know what? Let me just pay attention to him to see what I would have done in his position. Like, you can easily get up and do it yourself. And I'm going to make this personal. And I'm not directing this energy towards anybody out there. But there's a lot of people that, when we started doing this podcast, that were supposed to be guests. And all of a sudden, once we started getting some traction or, you know, whatever, so when we caught a wave, we reach out to those people, you know, that were our friends or people we interacted with or we met through our journey. Oh, no, I'm starting my own pod. Okay? Like, why can't everyone support one pod? It gets big, then that pod can open certain doors for that other pod. Like, why does everybody have to see something working without even understanding that blueprint, go steal it because it kind of works, or you feel like it's easy and you want to go try and do it yourself?
Like, fam, you literally, I never even seen you talk into your phone. How are you going to get mics, go to a table or a couch, and talk for an hour in front of a wide span of people?
That's crazy. And most people don't have nothing to say. Like, you think you funny. Or you funny to yourself, or you funny to your close friends, or you funny to the world. Like, can you carry a conversation for more than an hour? Can you be objective? Do you have something to say? Do you feel like people are going to agree with your opinions? Do you have, there's quality, a different perspective you bring into the table. Like, it's a lot of things to weigh, man. But overall, like, yeah, man, I think there's a lot of people that are watching you closely to see you fail. They do it to LeBron. They do it to Mayweather. There's people that pay to watch Mayweather lose. Exactly. And that was the sickest thing to me. Exactly. I'm like, damn, you watching, like, you betting on this man getting knocked out instead of celebrating that he's 48, 49, he's black excellence. He's a black man just like you, making history.
He's just giving us inspiration to be better.
That's crazy.
And even speaking on, because you're bringing up celebrities, think about, you know how weird it is for a motherfucker to be a regular ass nigga with a burner account?
I did not know that.
You know how common it is?
Burner account used to be associated with women. Like, when they try to spy on they niggas.
Not even with just women. It's just like celebrities who just physically can't like everything because they'd be like, oh shit, is that what you really think? This and that. Like, there's obviously like the most famous person with a burner account, Kevin Durant.
KD.
Kevin Durant. That's the main reason why he got a burner account, because he loved to talk shit. But obviously, he can't say certain shit on his main account because it's probably going to lose some endorsements. He's going to lose money like that. But, fam, if you literally a nigga that work at, like, freaking Best Buy, or a nigga that work at freaking Enterprise, or a nigga that work in a grocery store, not disrespecting your line of work, but if you are a regular nigga, why are you getting a burner account? You hate on that person so much you had to make a whole nother account?
Unfollow or say it with your chest. Like, that's my thing. Like, you know, it's so easy nowadays to cut somebody off. All you have to do is literally hit the unfollow button, block the number, or just make sure you don't interact with that person. I don't understand. Like, people make it so hard.
And even if you're afraid of, like, creating static with someone that, like, you don't fuck with them, but you don't want them to know that you don't fuck with them, you don't want to make it obvious that you don't fuck with them, how about you just silence their page?
That's true. That's true, man.
There's a lot of niggas I silenced.
There's a lot of toxicity, man. That shit is crazy. I guess, you know, to lead into that, a thought that came into my mind as I was thinking about stuff like that, like the shit like this that we just talked about that we go through. My advice to people out there is try not to allow people to change you. You feel me? Or change you or your character. Reason being is, if you will, you know how many people you interact with in a day, Gary? In a week, in a month, in a year, in the span of your lifetime? If you allowed everybody that you had an interaction with to manipulate your emotion, to change the way you perceive the world and change your character, like that's like them peeling your layer like one by one. Like you there's gonna be a point in your life where you look at yourself in the mirror, you're not gonna recognize who the fuck you are, and you're gonna lose the essence of yourself and your purpose on why God created you. Like, you don't have to let situation change you. One of the things, like, I know we joke about you all the time doing that, you stay out the way, you stay home. There's no purpose of me being outside, I'm gonna stay home. Do you know how, like, I know we tease you about it and we talk shit and this and that, and we niggas, we gonna do that. But it's like, yo, there's no need for me to be outside. Why am I be out? Why put myself in a predicament to go through or go against something that I don't like? You get what I'm saying? Like, I think us as young people especially, try not to put yourself in positions for people to fuck with you. Mm-hmm. It hasn't been, that's the perfect time and the easiest time to mind your business, bro. All you gotta do is mind your business, drink water, stay the fuck out the way.
Bro, there's not, you know how many times how, like, people will look at you a certain way, but, like, bro, you can change the narrative. How people say, oh, if niggas saying that you lazy, say you comfortable. Niggas saying you pussy whip, they in love.
That's funny, man.
Bro.
But, I mean, like,
if a nigga says, like, oh, that nigga gay, he happy.
That's it. My thing is, it's like, just be comfortable in your skin and do things that make you happy. Surround yourself with people that give a fuck about you. Then you won't care what people gotta say. Like, you think somebody can say, oh, gee, I made peace with a lot. I may never be able to dunk. I've made peace with that. You can't hurt my feelings saying that. Oh, Chief, I bet you can't dunk. I know, nigga. I know. Now what? It hasn't stopped shit. I still get bitches. I still go out. I still do what I gotta do. I'm out here trying to provide a way to do things for my family. Like I don't understand, bro. Do you let people interfere with your peace or interfere with your zen?
Not at all, bro. Like, if you see my household, me and my dad go at it every fucking day. Me and my sister go at it.
I think that's the most hilarious shit.
Every fucking day. You know what keeps the peace in the house? When I stay in my room. Because when I say the second I walk out my room, bullshit happens. Literally.
Oh, man.
Fam, the second I leave my house, it's like, oh shit. I'm spending money every time I breathe air outside my house.
Of course, but yeah, that's what we just got to deal with as men.
And you know what I realized? A lot of niggas are literally upset of how comfortable, like, if they see me just slouch, just like comfortable, my girlfriend's gonna say, oh, we need to go out to eat. The homies. Man, what you fucking doing, bro? Let's go do something, bro. Like, come on, bro. If you happy at your job, you so fucking comfortable, bro. You need to do some more shit.
That's true.
I've learned, bro, don't brag about shit.
And you can't
keep thinking I'm broke.
And you can't please everybody.
Like, I literally came to, like, conclusion. My mom been telling me that for years. Like, yo, Gary, you can't please everybody. I was always like, yo, why can't I just, like, if I can do something, why not do it? I used to think like that, but now it's like, now I realize that I'm older, I don't do shit just to keep my own peace.
Of course.
And when you realize to stop doing shit for people that won't do that same shit for you, life gets way smoother.
Yeah, it gets way smoother, man. That's a fact. Well, leaving that topic, since we're on some life shit, in your lifetime, what are some things that you wish you learned sooner? Whether that be in your childhood, at school, at home, from your parents, you know, from a teacher, from a coach. Like, what are some things you wish you learned sooner in your life that you are learning now or that you learned recently?
All right. Bitcoin. Apple.
Okay.
Uber.
Of course.
Fucking stocks in general.
Yes.
I really fucking wish I learned stocks, bro. Because I gave you the explanation earlier today that, like, one of my homies in high school, I was literally at his glance at his phone. I thought he was playing some fucking, like, that was a time when we were in high school, freaking, like, iPhone games was the shit.
Yeah, of course.
Like, that meme, do you got games on your phone? Like, I don't even think people play games on their phone anymore.
Nah, I don't think.
Like,
just cheat.
Bro, I was literally G shit. Like, literally, I saw him I looked at his phone, like, yo, what the fuck type of game is that? Oh, nah, bro, this is stock market. I'm like, the stock market? I didn't even know it was that accessible. That can be in your pocket. It's like, yeah, bro, you can make some real money on this shit. And me now, of course, like my materialistic ass, I wanted to put all my money into Jordans.
That's crazy. That's some nigga shit.
But even though I still don't take it back because I still got some shoes from even back then that I keep today that like the value, the quote unquote stock market went up and shit. But that's definitely something I always like learned on like how I wish I learned how to like take advantage of stocks. I definitely would love to. I wish I learned sooner is to like monetize my hobbies.
Okay.
For sure.
That's something. For me now, I think some of the things that I wish that I learned sooner in my lifetime. One of what I think the most important one would be taxes. How that works when you don't have money and you're a worker versus when you're an independent contractor. When you have to pay the IRS versus when they have to give you your tax returns. There's a difference. Just to learn that, like just the ways of being an entrepreneur, period, right? The second thing would be learning how to compromise better. Usually it would be the highway, my way or the highway, right? And, the older I get, I'm like, all right, we could agree to disagree. We can meet in the middle where I'm happy, you happy. You get what I'm saying? Another thing would be how valuable, communication is. Mm-hmm. And just how it makes your life 10 times easier, with your parents even, because the older, they get, the older you get, the disconnect starting to happen. Because you want them to look at you a certain way and you looking at them a certain way. Because, you're rethinking, your brain is rewiring.
One thing I would definitely say too, like when I was younger, you guys, I was working at Foot Action. I wish I was working at Nike because apparently, if you work at Nike for 5 years, you have a lifetime discount after that.
I didn't know that.
I was told that recently. I'm like, fuck! I definitely would have traded Foot Action for Nike.
Shit. I would definitely learn the importance of credit. Yeah. For sure. Just doing right by people, man. Because it's like you meet a lot of people in your lifetime, and sometimes we believe we prioritize doing business in a predatory way. Like I gotta get over on you. It started off with sneakers too, like where I'm gonna give you this shoe, trying to get a better shoe out of you, this and that, and then you get into the real world and it's like, oh shit, like niggas is crazy out here. Like niggas will do anything for some bread. So it's just being a human being, man. Just being compassionate, just understanding, being kind to other people. That has been like important. That's something I wish I was a master at like earlier.
Yeah,
it's good. It's just opened my eyes to a lot of things, Gary.
You should, man. And of course, I think we'll both tell each other this: put yourself out there more.
Oh yeah, for sure. If we started this podcast in college, God knows, how big this platform would have been, because our interactions with people were vast. We were outside. Every week we had something going on. Niggas didn't have really like a solid job like that. I think you probably had I think it was me and you that really had a solid job that we had to go to after school type shit. Everybody else was pretty much chilling.
Just chilling, yeah.
And chasing fucking pussy around campus.
The good old days.
But yeah, man. But you know what? With the evolution of technology, with us being wise now, I think we sharper, man. I think we have a better perspective, and I think we assume the responsibility of our future better, just being who we are now. So. Yeah, I think we're on the right path, man.
Yeah, man. I love these episodes just two of us. We got like a lot of shit. We just breeze right through it.
That's true. That hour go by fast as fuck too.
Go by fast as fuck. Yeah, man. Been another fucking episode.
Yeah, man.
I'm really glad of the support we've been getting lately.
Lately, and we're on TikTok, and I'm gonna start posting more on TikTok. I didn't understand TikTok at first, but now I'm having a ball on TikTok. If you currently follow me, do not go through my likes on TikTok. you might be disappointed.
Thank you for telling the audience that you're in charge of the TikTok.
But by the time they see this is gonna be locked. But that's not the best representation of the man that I am inside.
You should, man. Thank you for everyone. Every day I'm trying to realize, damn, are people really fuck with us, or they just love titties? Like,
that's true.
Either or, keep fucking with us.
Yeah,
man. You should, man. Yeah, shit. I'm about to pissed my fucking pants. So like, well, what the fuck you go by?
I go by the name of Cheech, aka a street journalist, aka I said what I said, aka I got a Halloween party coming soon. Everybody's invited. You and your mom.
You and your mom. And I go by the name of Gary, aka In Gary We Trust, aka Inside is where I would be, aka keep the bullshit away from me, man.
Yeah, I like that. All right, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Of course.
Same time, same place.
And wait, what is this?
We are
these are the aesthetics.
Peace. I'm
Later.
trying to make sure you go and pee and shit. Go ahead.